the final piece of all this that y'all need to know. This has been reported by the Daily Beast, I believe. So I haven't seen it corroborated by other places, but it does not surprise me. And yes, there are photos to go along with it. Ooh. But it appears that migrants, specifically from Venezuela, are being recruited, no, not in Texas, to go to Martha's Vineyard for jobs that don't exist, but being recruited in New York City for a job that does exist, which is hurricane cleanup in Florida. I'm not making this up. So migrants, this is from, according to the Post, excuse me, that's why I was like a little dubious. Yeah. New York City migrants pile into the vans they say are headed to Florida for Hurricane Ian cleanup. Migrants had scant information about whom they would be working for, but they still piled into vans in Queens that said they were headed to the Sunshine State over the weekend. They want us for hurricane cleanup. We get paid $15 an hour overtime and $15 an hour for food daily. $15 for food daily, I think, said Javier Moreno, 37, noting that a woman named Camila from an organization approached him with a flyer. Now, if you guys are thinking, gee, I remember that woman Perla, who also had a flyer that Roy Wood Jr. on this show called one of those used condom flyers that you see at the clinics. You might be like, maybe these are the same motherfuckers. In fact, who knows? We don't know, it sounds really similar. But this actually might be a real job. There's a little bit more on that. Gregorio Avila, 22, said he came from Venezuela and entered the U.S. through Texas before being bused to Gotham. Because again, Greg Abbott is busing a lot of migrants to blue states like New York. Texas officials have been sending thousands of migrants who illegally cross the border before seeking asylum to Democratic cities in New York. That's exactly what I just said. A rep for FEMA told the Post on Sunday the agency is not involved. A spokesperson for Mayor Eric Adams said City Hall was not involved in the transport of any migrants. Florida officials did not return requests for comment. And like I said, there are some neighbors who've seen buses and vans being loaded up with migrants. Who took pictures of it. One woman actually brought pizza out to them, according to the Post, to be like, because they were waiting there all day. Motherfuckers are relying on the same migrants they used as pawns
for
to
a political
stick
stunt.
It to Biden and Kamala Harris and whomever the fuck they think is at Martha's Vineyard that gives a flying fuck. Mm-hmm. To then lure them back in order to actually do cleanup work for $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Insane hypocrisy. Disgusting shit. Utterly disgusting. Suddenly now, I'm sorry, did you need so-called unskilled labor?
Yeah, right.
To help you with shit that you don't want to do?
Yeah. Wait, why don't you, I'm sorry, ask all those people you say they're stealing the jobs from? Why don't you ask them? Ask them to do it. Oh, is it because you're full of shit? Is it because you're full of shit that those kids? I love it when they're like, McDonald's is filled with like all these illegal immigrants, and my son, he just wants to get a job there. He probably couldn't get one, and it's like your son is literally on fentanyl right now, and he is playing Call of Duty and he's saying racial slurs. I guarantee you, he does not want to work at McDonald's. And you know what? You're not going to make him. Because you're a bad dad. That's my
Matt worked at McDonald's.
I worked at McDonald's because I had a good dad. And it was a fun time.
No Sacred Cow says $15 is higher than the minimum wage in Florida. Yeah, exactly. $15 is not anything to sneeze at, man. We can't get a $15 minimum wage federally. It's
I know.
Still $7.25.
No, the only thing that made me think that this might actually be like a real organization and not another political prank or whatnot was the wage promise plus overtime. I was like, oh, is this real?
Totally.
Because that's like a wage.
Gary Cooper on YouTube saying a lot of undocumented folks from Texas went to Louisiana to help clean up after Katrina. Yes.
Yeah.
This is just, we just talked about essential workers. Undocumented folks are essential. They are how many, like the percentage of the essential work, whether it's farm work, whether it's cleanup, whether, whatever it is, home care work, often huge number of undocumented people. So it's just, it's the fucking icing. It's the cherry on top of this entire, like, it is like setup punch. It's fucking beginning, middle, end, and scene
Whole
we are
thing.
done with using migrants and demonizing them.
For now.
Yeah. But motherfucker, and I wish Biden would stick it to them a little bit more. Like, I wish he would point this out. I wish he would point out the hypocrisy around Republicans voting down relief for Hurricane Sandy. I wish he would point out the hypocrisy of the fact that DeSantis used all this money in order for this dumbass stunt.
Well, he did say, and I thought this was a really good Biden quote. He said, come on, man.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.